What do they mean if I own this game or not? Of course I do. So weird. Try it again. Let's try loading up the. I thought I had it ready. Clearly not. I don't know what they mean. Do you own the game? Of course I do. It's already pretty late as well. Sadly. But hopefully once it starts, it starts. With no, there goes the loading screen icon. The game sound, my sound, everything seems to be a-okay. Never hasn't talked to me in a few days. A little afraid, but I hope he's alright. When he came into my stream the last time, I thought he was just, I don't know, joking around. Maybe it was serious. Looks like it was. Okay, hush up now.
13 years in the past. Mitsuru Kusimoto plunged himself into a coma, sealing his fate alongside Kuwana's. Ridden by guilt, Kuwana sets off on a path of vengeance, and the bullies he drags with him are shackled to the shadows. However, Yokosawa's murder serves as a deadly wake-up call to what he's done.
Catch a tiger. Maybe that's what I'll call this stream title. Will I ever quit misspelling things all the time? Nope. There we go.
Hey. What are you doing?
Getting your identification on record, so you won't be a threat to us anymore.
What?
And I think you owe us after everything you've done. Expect me to come collect one of these days.
Oh. Just in case I can't find anything.
Your carriage awaits, Mamiya-san.
Don't tell me we're going back to that dingy arcade.
We sure are. But try not to hold a grudge. It wasn't us who abandoned you.
Right? I don't know if those are markings on the wall or if they're just dirty. You think they'd clean at least a little.
You already called Sari-san and the gang, right?
Yeah. I let them know what's up. They said they'll head over when they're ready.
Did Shirosaki-sensei say anything?
Well, she was pretty stunned when I told her who Kuwana really is and what he's up to.
Sounding a little smug there, Higashi-san. Taking credit for the detective work you didn't even do? Back me up here, Yagami-san.
Whatever, man. Kuwana got away, and that's all that matters. Still, the task in front of us is finishing Sari-san's case. We have to clear up Ahara's crime once and for all. With Mamiya-san's help, of course.
Finally, I'm ready to get some answers. Well, we still got time till Shirosaki-sensei gets here. Why don't you take a breather, Yagami-san?
Huh? That'd be okay?
Sure. I'll call you once everyone's here.
I'm ready.
A break sounds good.
By the way, Higashi, has anything unusual gone down in Kamacho lately? Anything involving RK?
Yeah, about that. My guys are saying things have been a little too quiet since yesterday. Soma and Akutsu are out in Ijincho too. When they come back, they're in for a rude awakening. And they can pay for what they did to Kaito Aniki.
Make 'em pay? Aren't your Yakuza days behind you now?
That's not the Yakuza in me talking. That's just a problem I'm gonna be the solution for.
Isn't that exactly what a Yakuza would say?
Fine. Think of it as getting revenge for a brother. I'm doing the right thing, damn it!
Yeah, maybe it's just how you're putting it.
Besides, what's it matter if I was Yakuza? I've got my own code, and I'm gonna do right by me.
All right.
Whatever you say.
Is he just a
Much as
game
things
arcade
change,
owner?
They stay the same.
Since I'm out, might as well check out what the city's doing. I'll go kill some time somewhere. I want to start the main story now, though. I'm like 54 hours in. Guess I can't do anything though. I can do something. Gadgets.
What could this mean?
This girl is receiving a transmission. Could that be it? I guess so. Any side case I can do? I'm not seeing anything. Where's this? Question mark. Do I want to start a new side case though? Or do I want to continue my date with Minato-chan? Oh, that's right. Since it's not really... The building isn't really visible. Don't tell me already now.
Hey, Yagami-san, it's Sugiura.
Hey,
Shirosaki-sensei and the others just got to Charles. They're getting ready to grill Mamiya-san.
got it. Then I'll head back soon.
Thanks.
I'm about tired of you, game. Oh, I missed it. Oh, it's oh. I guess I'm not going on a date.
Really? You too, Gendo-sensei?
What? Am I in the way?
Of course not. I didn't know you still did field work.
I figured if they could pull a fast one on Saori-kun, I'd at least want to look him in the eye.
Why are all these people here? What gives?
We've been waiting for you, Yagami-san. Mamiya-san is about to enlighten us on the truth behind the groping.
Good.
Oh, and I heard about Sawa-sensei. I'm so sorry.
Our condolences.
Looks like she got mixed up in all this when RK was chasing after Kawana. But we're still not sure why they chased him. To figure that out, we'll have to retrace Kawana's steps.
Exactly.
That said, let's start with the harassment charges, Mamiya-san.
Are we finally gonna get some answers? Some real answers?
Fine. Let's get this over with.
Pout all you want, but keep the answers straight. Got it?
Ihara's assault was designed to establish a false alibi for Mikoshiba's murder. So Kawana had you play the victim, and together you pulled one over on the police and the court.
Can you confirm if this is all accurate so far, please?
Yeah.
The person who groped you on the train wasn't Ihara-san himself. It was his stand-in. And my understanding is that he had conspirators to help him fabricate this event?
That's right.
What was Kawana doing at the time? Was he in Ijinsho or Tokyo?
Didn't you hear your lady friend? Ihara-san had a stand-in. And that stand-in was our sensei.
You mean Kawana posed as Ihara himself?
That didn't look like him though.
So this Ihara was actually Kawana. Huh.
Sensei and Ihara-san have a pretty similar build. Not sure they could have pulled it off otherwise, you know?
But some spots don't look right, like his mouth. You sure that's really Kawana-san?
That part around his mouth is fake. He said he scanned Ihara-san's face and made it on a 3D printer.
Oh, huh.
You can print things in 3D now?
Well, it's a machine that takes a model's data from a computer and prints physical objects using materials like resin. So if you were to scan a person's face onto a computer, a 3D printer could accurately recreate it.
I don't know the details, but that's what Sensei used to become Ihara-san.
Something like this. See, with a 3D printer, a piece of a face is pretty easy to make.
What the hell?
Right?
I see.
Not even I
His
knew.
eyes are hidden behind the sunglasses, and the seams on his jaw are obscured by the mask.
It's incredible, I must say. With the mouth area so visible, it's too convincing to think he's anybody else. And with the prosecution assuming he's just another sexual predator, they fell for it.
This is no time to be impressed. In case you forgot, he had the defense fooled too.
Right.
Assuming Kuwana was Ihara's double,
Okay, I'll use that.
there's still some evidence I'm iffy about.
I'm of the same opinion.
Okay. Which evidence is questionable?
I'm gonna pull back the curtain on this case. Any evidence I'm unsure of. Need to press mommy on it right now. Was it this?
This piece of the puzzle still needs an explanation.
Is that...
The police examined the trace evidence on Ihara's hands after he was caught. And from the analysis, the same fibers from Mamiya-san's undergarments were found on Ihara's hands.
That's right. If the stand-in was the groper, Ihara-san wouldn't have touched
Okay,
Mamiya-san
was it
at all.
right?
But
I
the
think so.
evidence on Ihara-san's hands suggests otherwise. Rather strange, isn't it?
I take it there was a trick to this, too?
That's...
Hey,
Before I
Unverse.
got in the train,
Hope
I met
you're
with
doing
the
well.
real
We just
Ihara-san
started.
At the underground platform.
Finished the school stories
when Harry touched
on
me
Monday, I
on the
believe, and now we're doing all main story.
After that, all I had to do was go to the bathroom and put them on. That's where the fibers in the trace were from.
Just as I suspected, she and Ihara fabricated the harassment evidence long before it happened.
What the
Sent you a
police
message on
found
Discord, not
Ihara-san's
sure if you've seen
hands
it.
Was exactly what we wanted them to find. And it would serve as hard proof he grabbed me. The courts really ate it up. It was hard not to laugh sometimes, to be honest.
You're really starting to open up. That's the spirit.
I better press mommy on this evidence. Time to pull back the curtain on this groping case. Was it this? I don't know.
How about this, then?
What's this? A map of the station?
We made a diagram of Shinjuku Station.
Is
The
she
platform's packed with
confusing? What do you
cameras,
mean?
but
Is
take a closer look
the
and
girl
you'll
with the pink
notice a
jacket?
small blind spot.
We've all been looking into it. So, let's say Ihara murdered Mikoshiba and faked his alibi.
Oh, the
to
pink
cinch.
sweater?
If that was the case, then after Ihara had his stand-in do the deed...
The one with the pink
he
sweater
would've
is the one
swapped
they got
his blind
groped
spot.
at the beginning at the train station?
Sound
The
about
one
right.
that said she had nothing to do
I
with
give
it?
up what you're looking for. You
Turns
figured
out
it
she was in it.
You win. What more do you want?
Oh, remember the handyman? Turns out he's the professor of the teacher of the students, and he was forcing the students that bullied the kid. What was it? I think you said you were heartbroken or something. Something along those lines. Oh yeah, she is confessing. She's confessing to us. Because it turns out the handyman was forcing them to do all these things. Because he had evidence of the students bullying this one kid that tried to commit suicide.
What do you make of this?
I mean, what's there to doubt?
You tell me?
The
Uh-oh.
one running on the platform wasn't Ihara-san. It was Sensei pretending to be him, right?
Meaning...
There is no more meaning. That's all there is to it. Ihara-san used a stand-in to fake his alibi.
Yes, but they swapped
The
at some
stand-in
point.
turned out to be none other than Jin Kuwana, which Mamiya-san just finished explaining in detail.
Yep.
Oh, did she?
Good to know we have all our ducks in a row.
For the groping case, I don't know what to choose.
Any thoughts after seeing this?
Stop it.
You're gonna look away? You aided and abetted by playing the victim, didn't you?
Oh, that was just a
yes.
joke, was it?
Who
Because
put
you
this
sent
video up
that
online?
message, then you just went MIA.
He said from the start that once Ihara-san got his guilty verdict, he'd
Did you
upload it
get
to
your
the
heart
internet.
broken? Was it that
was
one
all
girl from
part
the
of
supermarket?
plan.
Yeah. Sensei can't forgive the law for
Or
how
was
easily
it one
lets
of your
bullies.
K-pop idols?
Harrison's the same way. His son's death was brushed aside.
No,
The
you're
court
good.
blamed his suicide on unknown factors. And that's what led them to his whole plan. The real victim is some bully who never got what he deserved, and the killer gets off in court by being convicted of battery. How would the public respond after finding out they'd gamed the law like that?
So Kawana and Ahara's real plan was to make a mockery out of the justice system.
Seems to be going well for them. The courts are beside themselves for dragging the police into this.
I guess Ahara really was desperate. He was never concerned about his own punishment. He tarnished his own name to humiliate the law.
I can't remember the
Yeah,
context of the text
cop
though.
or not,
I've just been busy.
Ahara's a broken
Oh, okay,
man.
alright.
Nobody took
Being
responsibility
busy
for
is
his
good
son's
sometimes.
death, and the courts all but ignored his case. No wonder he went along with Kawana.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
Sensei and Ihara-san are the perfect pair with nothing to lose. The only ones who do are the ones forced to comply. Us. Speaking of which, are we done here yet?
I don't know, you tell me. Are we? Oh, better person. There's still more? Get me out of here. I don't know. Reveal this.
how should we be looking at this?
The guy getting taken down in the footage is the real Ihara-san. Sensei had already switched places with them before the scene happened. No one saw through his disguise.
Makes sense. There'd be no way to swap places after getting caught like this.
Right, he even had his glasses
Sunglasses were
off.
removed, too.
Yep.
Also, the person who tripped him was one of ours. So was the one who took the smartphone video. If nobody tried to stop him, he
Oh,
would've
I
just
played a
gotten
little
away.
bit of Pokemon Unite.
But the most important part
I
of
was
it
excited when it came out, but then
Ihara-san
I don't
was
know.
in public.
Right.
Time
If
constraints?
that didn't happen, the entire
No,
alibi
you
was
were
up in
right. Okay.
smoke.
More or less.
Yes, we were right. We
Basically,
were
this
right.
entire battery case was calculated from the start. Nothing but
Oh,
smoke
did you
mirrors.
hear about Xenoblade 3 Unverse? 150 hours. I'd better press mommy on this evidence. Time to pull back the curtains on this groping case. Also, I was able to nab Digimon Survive.
This came out pretty clearly.
Uh-huh.
So the guy in the back is Kawana posing as Ahara, right?
Yes. And he actually didn't lay a finger on me. His prince couldn't show up.
Yeah,
He had a hell of a time
150.
getting this set up.
I was
I
like,
didn't-
wait, what do you mean?
Sensei
The last
did.
game was 70 hours. You better press mommy on this evidence. Send it home. Okay, literally told me show her everything. Show her all the evidence.
Can you take a closer look at this?
But I heard the game was getting a
That's
lot,
the
10 out of
Station
10s everywhere. Almost everywhere.
What about it?
If Kawana was pretending to be Ahara, then Kawana was also the man in the video before he got on the train.
So it's getting pretty exciting.
Right. Didn't we go over this already?
Guess we did, huh?
Dang it. There's one thing left.
How about this then?
And this is?
Before the incident, Ahara used this card to go through the ticket gate at Ikebukuro, the time of which was recorded.
Right, and it was on October 7th at 7:43 a.m.
Thanks, Hoshino-kun.
Happy to help, Yagami-san.
At the earliest, Mikoshiba's time of death would have been 7:30 a.m. If Ahara killed Mikoshiba in Ijincho, he would have only had 13 minutes to get to Ikebukuro. And frankly, that's impossible.
That's what's stumping you?
Huh?
Sensei borrowed the card from Ihara-san beforehand and passed her the gate. Afterward, he slipped it back to Ihara-san when they switched places. That way, Ihara-san ended up having the time-stamped card on him. Makes sense now.
So even the entry time through the ticket gate was used as part of the alibi?
It all seems so obvious now that I hear it. Nobody'd suspect that a groping was being used as an alibi for murder.
Yeah. And on top of all that, no one knew Mikoshiba had been killed during the trial. They really pulled it off.
Anything else?
Yagami-san, you sure that's enough?
Yeah, I think we've got plenty. Bottom line, groping was a fabrication. At the very least, we know that the prosecution's evidence can all be refuted.
The courts were being intentionally misled. I'm considering filing an appeal.
Are you saying you want a retrial?
I am. We'll reveal Ahara and Kuwana's plot and overturn the verdict they issued.
That might be harder than it sounds.
Why do you say that, Genda-sensei?
Well, the previous trial resulted in Ahara being found guilty, right? As the client, if he doesn't want an appeal, there's no way you're getting one. Doesn't matter what any lawyer tries to do. If Ahara refuses to appeal, then that's that.
And we'll talk to him tomorrow. First, we need to see how he reacts to everything we've got on him.
Sounds good. Then let's meet at the detention center tomorrow.
Will do.
So, we done for the night?
Sure are. Great job, everyone. Go get some rest.
Oh, I thought we were going to bed.
Yo, Yagami. You sure it was cool to let that Mamiya chick just go home?
Well, we can't just keep her
Yeah,
captive.
Why?
I mean, she helped Kuwana kill all those people. Aren't you gonna turn her in or something?
I would. There's nothing we can do.
Nothing we can do?
Frankly, we don't have any proof of the murder she was talking about.
What, so this is all for nothing?
Nothing directly pointing to Mamiya anyway. Aside from Mikoshiba, no other bodies turned up. Which means all we can do is take her home, right? Sugiura is making sure she gets back safe.
Fine, forget it. Why are you still here? Everyone else went home already.
Come on, man, why the cold shoulder? Am I really that annoying?
You wouldn't be the guy I'd call to hang out with. So if you're done, then go.
Wow.
Great for the jugular, huh?
But if it's help you need, I'll be there. I've had nothing but time lately. But only if you bow your head and ask nice. Then I'll consider it.
I know for a fact you'd help me out regardless, so why waste a good bow? Thanks for the drink.
Dude,
Especially if
come on.
Kaito Aniki is
That
over
was
here.
your cue to bow and ask nice.
Gonna go with Saori-san to interview Ihara tomorrow. Time to call it a day. Is it even safe going home? Seeing as how it got locked in. Something broken. Ooh, ooh. Dang it. Dang it. Alrighty. Hard to dodge people over here. Here we are at the entrance. Someone's waiting for us. This is it, right? The detective's office. Yeah, he took some pics of my manager while he was out with his mistress, and this guy blackmailed him over it. Oh, did he throw it in to post them on social media? That'll put your career in the gutter real quick. Blackmail? Me? I've never done that.
Excuse me.
Sorry, did you have some business with my agency? White tee, black leather jacket, tight jeans. Even has the crispy dew in the chain wallet. This is, we're sorry. The heck was that about? Hey, that jacket. Yeah, it's that Yagami guy from Chatter, dresses like a thug. It's like his bio says. What's going on? I feel like some bad rumors about me are getting around. What's been going on since I've been out of town? You mentioned Chatter, time for some buzz research. Not if I don't want to. As much as I would love to, I kinda got games to finish, things to do. Wish I had time for side quests though. Time for Sari-san and me to interview Ihara. Better take a cab in Tokyo Center. You know what? I am a little... This guy Yagami's really screwed my buddy over. Huh? Here we go. Huh. Weird, but okay. I wonder what that's about. So apparently I was deducted fairness points in Pokemon. No, no, no. You were deducted fairness points? I don't know. Sounds weird. You got deducted fairness. Fairness. I couldn't tell you what it... Can't you Google it? Googling answers most questions.
So, you're recommending an appeal? I have that right? Did some new evidence come to light?
Yui Mamiya told us some things, like how you faked your alibi for Mikoshiba's murder. You wanted the sexual battery conviction, right?
Well...
Your goal was to avenge your son and humiliate the law on a grand scale.
I have no idea what you're talking
It says something about
Ihara-san, we have a much better grasp of the situation than you
remaining idle or quitting
And
matches.
What exactly have you grasped?
Like Yagami-san just said, you're innocent, as far as the harassment goes. As your lawyer, I'll file for an appeal, and we'll make sure the world knows it.
Thanks, but no. I'm scum of the earth. A pervert. The prosecution and the judge made that very clear in the verdict.
On the day of the crime, October 7th, at around 6:30 a.m.
What was it? Delaying matches, leaving.
Baloney. I was relaxing at home.
Except that you weren't.
Oh?
You wanted to give the man who pushed your son to suicide the beating of a lifetime. And you'd miss out on that opportunity if you were at home, which is why
Letting
you were
the
in Jincho
timer hit
instead.
0.
Isn't that right? You and Kawana's former student staked out Mikoshiba's house until he left.
We're getting reported
Then you
after a
dragged your prey
match.
into a car and brought him to an abandoned building in Ijincho, which would later become a murder scene. Every bone on Mikoshiba's fingers was broken. Remembering how he pushed Toshiro-kun to his death, it's no wonder you'd go that far. You tortured Mikoshiba without a shred of remorse. You inflicted no small amount of pain and terror. There's no way you weren't there, and I'd put my money on that.
And then...
You need the whole play-by-play, even though you already know it?
Oh, not at all. I'm just fascinated by this outrageous little story.
I'll use a piece of evidence to show what he did next after beating up Mikoshiba. I don't know, killing him?
As for what you did next after beating Mikoshiba,
It's quite a home video.
without leaving anything on Mikoshiba's body that could be traced back to you, you slit his throat. Estimated time of death was around 7:30 a.m. on October 7th. You tossed the bloody coat and made your way to Ikebukuro Station, where Yui Mamiya was waiting.
Are you sure? I was at Ikebukuro by 7:30 a.m. Would have been impossible for me to kill Mikoshiba in Ijincho.
The person in the security camera footage in Ikebukuro was a double who imitated your likeness. The identity of whom belonged to Jin Kawana, the handyman in Ijincho, Or maybe you know him by a different name. Former high school teacher Yu Kitakata. So which name did he give you?
I don't know who you're talking about.
With Kawana in view of the security camera, you met up with Yui Mamiya at Ikebukuro first. That's where you touched the undergarments she had prepared. The police would later discover the trace evidence on your hands and pin the groping on you. Then you made your way to Shinjuku Station. After that, Mamiya and Kawana acted out the groping as they arrived at Shinjuku Station. Kawana jumped out of the train and Mamiya chased after him. And then, in the smallest of blind spots in a station absolutely packed with cameras, you were waiting for Kawana, who looked just like you. With the two of you matching, you were able to swap places in that huge crowd without anyone noticing. Kawana handed you the transit card used to pass the ticket gate. Just one piece of hard evidence that places you in Ikebukuro at 7:43 a.m. And right after the swap, Mamiya started calling for help. After that, well, we've all seen how the news reported it. You were caught in a public place with plenty of witnesses.
An active duty police officer arrested for sexual battery. The public outcry was very clear. As a result, despite it being your first offense, you were actually tried and convicted. The consensus is that it was a fitting punishment for someone so heinous. Even as your lawyer, I felt the same.
Have some confidence in yourself, Shirosaki-sensei. The prosecution, the judge, and a lawyer like you all laid out the evidence in court and found me guilty. I'm in no position to doubt you. And I've long accepted the ruling that Toshiro was never bullied. There's nothing I can do but abide by the rule of law. Right? That's all I can do, right?
I know what you're trying to say. You carried out the justice that the courts wouldn't, right?
Everything my son went through was passed off like it never even happened. School, the teachers, and yes, the court. They all dismissed the reason he died.
That's when Kawana came in the picture, telling you Toshiro-kun had been bullied. But was it Kawana's words that suddenly made you want to kill Mikoshiba? Because all of his fingers were broken while he was still alive. Was that really all just your pent-up rage?
What do you have to say, Ihara-san?
Sorry, I was drinking water. There shouldn't have been any evidence of Mikoshiba's bullying. Who told Ihara the truth? Did your son tell you? I don't think the son did.
Was Sawa-sensei the one who told you the truth? She was the only person Toshiro-kun confided in. You had to have heard it from her, right?
Nearly hit the nail on the head, as they say.
Nearly?
After my trial, she confessed she knew about the bullying. But only to her old teacher over the phone.
Okay, so it was
she had
Kawana.
No idea she was being recorded.
What?
Kawana-san let me listen to that recording where I learned Sawa-sensei had been muzzled by both the homeroom teacher and the lawyer. That was the proof of Toshiro's bullying I'd wanted all throughout the trial. After hearing Sawa-sensei's words, I finally understood. They pushed my boy over the edge.
Was there no other evidence of the bullying? Like a diary of Toshiro-kun's or something of the sort?
Nothing. Toshiro never talked to me or my wife about the bullying. And that was probably all my fault. He was bullied in middle school, too. Kids would throw his pencil case around or hide his books. When I heard about it, I chewed him out. They walk all over you because you're weak. Gross spine, I told him.
I take it that was the wrong approach.
Yeah. I can't imagine how much courage it took for him to come forward about his suffering. I'm sure he felt ashamed about it. And I should have listened when he pleaded for help. I should have told him I was proud of his bravery. But instead, I pushed him away. And in the end, Toshiro tried to make sure he never showed weakness to us again, no matter how much pain he was in. He went to a private school out in Yokohama because he hated living with me. But in the end, he still suffered.
And that's why you didn't hesitate to unleash hell on Mikoshiba.
Not good. This is...
If you say so.
He still won't admit to murdering Mikoshiba. Must be killing him not to.
So the first time Kawana showed up was when he let you listen to the phone call with Sawa-sensei, right?
Yes. He approached me and asked me if I still wanted justice for my son. I was in uniform when he came to me too. Very bold. But it paid off. I owe him a debt of gratitude. He reassured me he had already taken care of multiple individuals like Goshiba, and that he'd urged other families to avenge the children they lost to bullying. He'd tell them that simply being branded a bully wasn't enough. He promised to deliver real justice.
If justice can be served at one's own discretion, laws would cease to serve their function.
I wonder
If
if
the law
he
isn't fair to
killed the
everyone, no
child
one
of somebody
will
from
obey.
RK?
The law is only able to help the
That
powerless
was being a bully?
because it can't be swayed by money, force, or anything else.
Then tell me, what's the solution when the law fails to punish someone who laughs in its face? To overlook those the law won't judge is to abandon those the law couldn't protect.
To render justice with confidence, you require sufficient evidence.
Some of the victims' families refused Kawana's offer of revenge, telling him it would be unforgivable. But even after rejecting his offer, not a one reported Kawana-san to the police. Do you understand what that implies? Whether you follow through with revenge or not, Kawana-san presents a solution that resonates with people. Being that the law is unfair and imperfect. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not. But we're fighting to make it as fair as we can. Laws have to change until they are perfect.
They don't change fast enough. Toshiro's death was murder by another name. Yet Hiromi Kushiba walked free. He even got to enroll in a teaching program as a student teacher. Someone like him? It's insane! I'd die of old age before the law was ever written to be fair enough.
Maybe he wanted to redeem himself.
I can't turn a blind eye to a world where the
Didn't they say he
Mikoshibas
was a
can
bad
live without
teacher?
consequence. Tell me, what alternative was there to getting blood on my hands? I didn't have any other choice.
Yagami-san, did he just...
Yep, he just
This is the
confessed.
first time you've admitted to killing Mikoshiba.
You really did your research, unlike those useless cops.
But we can't use that as
Kawana-san's
evidence.
plan was impressive.
I'm pretty sure.
Airtight. I didn't expect it to be unraveled so quickly.
I just got lucky. There was some dirt on Yui Mamiya that Kawana could have used against her. If we hadn't found it, there's no way we would have gotten her to talk.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, but I'm under no obligation to tell you.
Ahara-san, you'll be sent to prison as a sex offender as it stands.
Of course. Just as I planned. The charges will be confirmed, and I'll be convicted. As for the police and the prosecution, they wouldn't be able to admit they made a mistake. I could scream, "I killed Mikoshiba" at the top of my lungs. It wouldn't matter.
Are you saying you intend to admit to the murder after you're released?
Everyone's seen the video of me killing Mikoshiba by now. It's obviously authentic, but the prosecution and the police are saying it's fake. They need it to be fake. Even if I do confess, they'll sweep it under the rug.
They wouldn't.
No, that's not beneath them. But I take it how they react doesn't really matter to you. All you want is to humiliate the law, don't you? The same system that determined Toshiro-kun's incident didn't happen.
It seems you're starting to understand, Yagami-san.
Ihara's achieved most of what he wanted to do, but I can't overlook what he's already done.
If the prosecution wanted to charge me for Mikoshiba's murder, then they'd have to retract the battery verdict. And that would mean admitting to a massive blunder by the court at the hands of a criminal. It would be chaos. Despite knowing who murdered Mikoshiba, no one would know what to make of the case. Wouldn't that just be wonderful?
I guess.
And I even get why you'd feel pretty proud of accomplishing that.
Do you?
But in this case, the guys pretty much grabbed the tiger by the tail.
Woo woo. Them Rain Man
What
should be
tiger's
tough.
tail?
Someone's issuing orders to the thugs in Kamurocho from behind the scenes. He's the tiger in this case. And they've been closing in on your partner, Kawana. And Sawa-sensei got in their path. I'm sure you get the newspaper in here, right? You know, don't you? Sawa-sensei was killed after the thugs broke into her home. All because she got involved with Kawana.
I'm aware she was killed. But this is the first I'm hearing of the reason why. And by thugs, you mean RK?
Yeah, but we don't know why they're going after Kawana. Any ideas?
Ooh, this would be helpful.
No way I'd know.
You think it could be because she got mixed up in your deadly little game?
Excuse me?
That's what getting away with murder really looks like. The more you perpetuate the lie, the greater the rift you create. And then, the unthinkable happens. Kawana killed others besides Mikoshiba. You said so yourself. That's what brought the angry tiger into play. And if Sawa-sensei ended up paying for that instead, then how can you begin to believe your vengeance is fair?
Because she gave false testimony. She lied in court to say Toshiro was never bullied.
She couldn't name Mikoshiba, who was a minor at the time, without evidence. What's more, she was haunted by her testimony, always second-guessing if she did the right thing. But now she's been killed. Somehow that's acceptable to you?
Well, no, yeah, see, that's wrong.
I'm gonna clear up what happened to Sawa-sensei, just like you did for Toshiro-kun.
How?
By going public with everything you and Kawana did. The first step is to appeal the sexual battery and undo this whole lie.
You never groped Yui Mamiya. That's one crime you're innocent of, Ehara-san. The court's verdict was incorrect. So please give us the chance to appeal. We can prove your innocence.
What on earth would I get out of that?
You get to humiliate the court again. Besides, what are you gonna do for the next half a year in a cell?
Fine. Do what you want. But just know this.
Yes?
I have no intention of admitting to killing Mikoshiba in court. Is your appeal still worth a damn?
We won't know till we try. Let's go, Sari-san. We have client approval to proceed with the appeal. We better act fast.
Yes, agreed.
Yagami-san. Sawa-sensei's death isn't on me. Even if I have grabbed the tiger by the tail. That doesn't mean I killed her.
By that logic, you may as well admit that Mikoshiba didn't kill Toshiro-kun. You can't have it both ways.
Dang.
Listen to me. Everything about you, about Kawana, about why Sawa-sensei had to die, we're gonna expose all of it. That's the only thing left we can do for her.
Huh, I wonder how the story might have been a little bit less boring. What if that police
I'm
cop
going
went
to
to
fill Genda
Yagami
Sensei
to
in on
uncover
what
the
happened.
bullying first.
Why don't you head over to the office?
Would that have been enough?
Sure thing.
What did you tell me to do? Enter the Genda law office. Okay.
So then, Ihara admitted to killing Mikoshiba, did he?
Off the record, yeah. He also admitted Kawana approached him to offer revenge.
That sounds like you were productive.
It's enough for us to move forward with the appeal, I'd say. How does that sound, Genda-sensei?
Genda-sensei?
That uniform?
Sexual
Ooh.
battery and Mikoshiba's murder are the very same case. To clear Ihara of harassment, you'll need to prove he murdered Mikoshiba. But you don't have evidence he did, do you?
Ihara-san was captured on video committing the murder.
And the prosecution claims it's a fake, of unknown origins. The police are saying the same.
They're only saying that to cover their asses.
In reality, the sexual battery evidence against Ihara-san is what was really fake. At the very least, we can claim Yui Mamiya and the others aided in fabricating that, alibi or not.
You really think the courts will grant you an appeal for just that?
Are you saying that's not possible?
I wouldn't go that far. But Ihara won't admit to murdering Mikoshiba in court. Kind of significant, don't you think? So what chance do you have even if you do appeal? Without any decisive new evidence, you'll just end up splitting hairs over the original verdict. And what good'll it do other than damage your own reputation, Saru-kun?
Genda-sensei's worried about Saori-san's career. I'm sure that's the case, although...
To be honest with you, I feel like I've been deeply underestimated.
What?
Saori-san, are you actually...
He looks mad.
Mad?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I am.
You have every right to be.
Listen, Sensei. Ihara and Kawana devised this plan knowing full well they could manipulate the justice system. Have we not fallen right into their trap? If we take pity on the prosecution now, we play right into their hand.
True.
So how can we worry about reputation when our duty as lawyers is to face the law?
I understand where you're coming from, and you're right to think it, but...
And another thing. While acting as Ihara's defense in the first trial, I never truly believed the claim. I didn't trust the person I was defending, and I felt sick to my stomach even being in the courtroom.
Saori-san.
Ihara likely saw right through that. He probably took great delight in our myopic dedication to the law. And I won't stand for that. I'm gonna show him exactly what I can do.
What about you, Yagami? I want to hear your thoughts.
He's not saying it, but he disagrees with Saori-san. How should I move forward with this? That's not what the line said. I'm sorry. You should listen to Saori-san, defer to Hoshino-kun. Genda-sensei has a point here. I get it, Genda-sensei. Hoshino, what do you have to say?
We should listen to Saori-san. I understand why Ihara and Kawana did what they did, but I can't condone it.
I see. So you feel it too, huh?
Yes. Although my motivation may not be as righteous as Saori-san's.
What do you mean?
Mikoshiba's murder, the fake groping alibi, the one behind it all was Kawana, and he's in hiding. We need to shine enough light on him that the public can see what he is. And the perfect place to do it is during Ihara's appeal hearing.
So it's not Ihara you're after, but Kawana.
If we pursue Ihara's case, Kawana-san's actions will naturally come to light.
And if we draw out Kawana, then RK and the ones backing them will make their move. Soma from RK said Sawa-sensei knew too much, which means whoever's behind them has a secret that needs to stay buried, even if it means murder. And I need to figure that secret out. I owe Sawa-sensei that closure. The only thing we can do for her now is make sure the ones pulling the strings pay for it.
Well said. I guess going back wasn't ever really an option.
Genda-sensei.
Looks like I got complacent from all the peace and quiet. Leave it to me to underestimate the younger generation.
I apologize. I shouldn't have been so impertinent.
That should be my line, Saru-kun. I suppose I have to make up my mind after all that, don't I? Get out there and do what needs to be done. And heaven help anyone in your way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You heard him.
See, chapter 10 is 130 minutes. Chapter 11 is 90 minutes. Sugimo's calling. Hope everything is okay. Then chapter 12 is 80 minutes.
Yagamishi, are you still in
And
Kamurocho?
the final chapter is 3 hours.
Why? What's up?
I'm
So...
afraid RK seems to be amassing in Ijincho. It's very bizarre.
Are they now?
Yeah, I can't shake the feeling that the officers like Soma and Akutsu are still in town.
You think so? If I was Soma, I'd have left Ijincho by now. He's a person of interest in Sawa-sensei's murder, too.
I see. That does make sense.
Things are settling into place here, though. I'm heading back to Ijincho with Sugiura. We got a lot to go over with you when I get back.
Wonder what it could be. Okay, see you soon then.
That be it. We still have a little bit of time on stream. I'm guessing they want me to go back to Ijincho? Yep. Oh, I can't take my skateboard out. That's why. Right, they want me to come here, right? Correct? I think so. Oh yeah. Okay, let's get that all over on yonder. I still can't get on my skateboard. Maybe I should have gone. Maybe I should have gone on the taxi. People want to tussle? Looks like people want to tussle. Your team sucks. Carry your team, Umverse. I don't want that kind of quitter talk from you. Make your team say, dang, Umverse. Pretty crack. Pretty top notch. All you gotta do is believe in the me that believes in you. You can do it. There we go. Dang, his pinky's still broken.
Now that's something. Looks like we're finally starting to see the whole picture.
Kuwana-san, or rather Kitakata-sensei, huh? And his students helped Ihara murder Mikoshiba. But there's still some things that doesn't explain.
Like what?
Like, why does RK keep going after Kuwana-san?
Thing is,
That's weird too,
aw,
right, Yagami-san?
Yeah.
it'd be like that
That's
sometimes.
the piece of the puzzle that'll lead us to why Sawa-sensei got killed.
Why is RK after Kuwana? How much did they know about him?
Before they came to Ijincho, RK was originally looking for Shinya Kawai. But when they found out he might have been killed, they suddenly shifted gears to Kuwana. So what are they trying to accomplish?
We can guess all we want, but that's not gonna get us anywhere. Shouldn't we ask someone in RK directly? They're strengthening their numbers in Ijincho as we speak.
The goons at the bottom rung aren't going to be in the know on that, though. Though if Akutsu or Soma were around, then we might get somewhere.
That's true.
Sitting around here won't get us any further. I'm gonna head into the city for a bit. I'm quick on my feet. That's about all I have going for me right now.
How modest of you.
Yeah, don't say that, Yagamishi. Otherwise, what ground do we have to stand on?
I should have headed outside for now. Look around town. What does that mean? Okay. Okay. Guess I could go around and eat in all the places.
Hell yeah!
This game is making me mad.
Hello?
Hello.
Shirosaki, do you have a minute, Yagami-san?
Yeah, what's up?
I was thinking back on our interview with Ihara-san, and something he said isn't sitting right with me. So I wanted to ask your opinion.
Which part felt off?
The part about Kuwana approaching other bullying victims besides Ihara-san to offer revenge. Ihara-san also mentioned that most of them rejected his offer, but never went to the police either.
Yeah, and?
Well, wasn't the first bully Kuwana killed his own student? Shinya Kawai, I mean. Tormented by his bullies, Mitsuru Kusumoto's leap left him in a coma to this day. That event was the catalyst for Kuwana's actions. So wouldn't he have approached his parents about revenge too?
Mitsuru Kusumoto's parents? You're talking about his mother, Reiko Kusumoto, right?
Oh, that's right. Used to be just another suit in the Ministry of Health, but now she's a vice minister.
Yes, who is currently Vice Minister of the Ministry of Health. If she accepted or is even an accessory to a revenge plot against Kawai, then there's no way she'd ever want that secret to get out. With her level of influence and power, wouldn't it be possible that she ordered RK to silence Kuwana? Which would explain how RK's actions are being controlled, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
It's Reiko Kusumoto.
You don't think vice ministers can control criminal organizations from the shadows? You know very well the answer to that.
Yep, from the first game.
Tsukumo's actually looked into her before. I'll talk to him about it right now. Yeah, this is genius, Sari-san. This could lead us right to who's controlling RK.
Quite a compliment coming from you. I feel better already.
Oh.
Don't sweat it. I'll call you if I find anything out.
Time to get back to Tsukumo. Might be worth looking into Reiko Kusumoto more closely. They're like, hey, can you look into this real quick? Can you like go around the city and investigate? 2 seconds later, gets a phone call. Oh, okay. Oh, you got your ace. Nice. That was quick.
What a waste.
I thought aces were pretty hard to get. What do you want on the menu?
Starving.
Everything. I want
Pretty tasty.
everything from the
Thanks.
menu. Ooh, I almost got hit. Meow. Okay, maybe just this and then I'll call it quits for today. Because I am nearing the 1 hour mark. Actually, I just hit it. Just at that 1 hour mark right now. But we'll do it after this.
Yagami-san, back already?
Yeah.
That was quick. I figured you'd be out in the town until evening.
Well, the day's not over yet. I need you to look into Reiko Kusumoto again. She might be the one behind RK.
Really?
Yeah. Can you pull up the picture of her you showed me last time?
I'm so confused. I get it, but I'm confused.
Okay. Take a look at this, Yagamishi. Reiko Kusumoto became vice minister just recently. It hasn't even been a full year yet.
Looks like she's still got a good rep.
Yeah, there's almost no criticism of her out there.
The Ministry Revolution, bucking the bureaucracy. Golden parachutes don't fly with Kusumoto. Go her. Vice Minister's pretty high up there, yeah?
Big time. If she really did take Kuwana up on his offer, silencing him would be the quickest way to save her skin. And in that case, she'd need some kind of connection to RK.
Some kind of connection? A bit vague, no?
Fair enough, but RK already took an innocent life while hunting Kuwana down.
Right. And after killing Sawa-sensei, they tried to kill me, too. Still, no matter how dangerous the gang, murder is a risky proposition. Then again, if someone's pulling the strings, they have a lot less to worry about. Especially if that someone has vice minister status.
Well, the internet's not gonna give us much else. How about we do our usual thing? Go straight to the source.
Maybe we should.
Would it really be that easy to get a meeting with someone like her?
Mitsuru Kusamoto's still in a coma, right?
Yes?
If he's in a hospital, we can catch her by surprise there.
I get you. That might work.
Huh. What's this now?
What's what now?
Breaking news from the net. It says manhunt for Sawa-sensei's murderer.
And?
It's hitting the network news too. The person they're after is...
Wanted for the murder of private school teacher Yoko Sawa in her own apartment, Kanagawa PD is conducting a search for the suspect, self-proclaimed handyman Yu Kitakata.
Why are they looking for Kawana?
Shouldn't they be after Soma?
Sawa-san's former teacher before and after the incident. It's also surfaced that he's been using a false identity for over a decade. The police are hopeful that their search will turn up some sort of connection to Sawa-san.
Why are the police going after Kawana and not Soma? What the heck?
If Kawana-san was caught on camera, then surely some RK thugs were as well?
Yeah, I think so. On that note, I should have been in the footage too. The police only seem to want Kawana, but why? Guess we'll have to ask them ourselves.
Ask who?
Detective Watanabe from Kanagawa PD. He was the guy in charge of Mikoshiba's murder.
Been a while, hotshot.
Yeah, I guess it has.
Oh, I completely forgot about you.
Do you have any evidence that Kawana killed Sawa-sensei?
I take it you saw the news. Kawana was caught on camera near the crime scene, plus he knew the victim. And if that's not enough, he was using a fake name. How's that for evidence?
But I saw Soma holding an ice pick up to Sawa-sensei. Plus, there were RK footprints all over the scene. So why is Kawana the only suspect?
Because the big boys with big balls at HQ said so. Barking at me won't get you anywhere.
So this is all just pressure from upstairs? What is going on here?
Why are you so bent out of shape? Kawana's a legitimate suspect, and all we're doing is following procedure. So stick your private investigator schnoz somewhere else.
You know, you sound pretty bent out of shape yourself. Where are you right now?
Uh-huh.
I was thinking maybe we could meet up. How's a free pass to bitch about your work sound? Abe-san?
On the phone, in person, there's nothing I can tell you.
He hung up.
Yagamishi, I managed to focus in on the background noise from your phone call. Despite all the interference, I have a good idea of Nabe-san's location.
What? Seriously?
He's on the main drag in Chinatown. If you go now, I'm sure you'll find him.
But is he even gonna listen to you?
It won't matter if I miss him because we sat here wondering.
Yagami Detective Agency, quick on its feet indeed.
Can't compete with that.
Abe-san should be on the main street in Chinatown. Need to catch him and find out what's going on. Well, alrighty then. Thank you, officer, for coming by, and anybody else who possibly came by, but I will have to call quits tonight. We'll possibly finish chapter 10 tomorrow, but who knows. So until then, good night.